Okay, yes, with the weird angles, again, I'm sorry, but I lost my tripod and I don't have a fix for it. So, hi everybody, my name is Anna. I am a content writer as well as an aspiring author, and this is the channel where I talk about that. I do vlogs and sometimes other writing type videos like how to get back into writing. This was a pretty exciting vlog. A lot of things happened, which is not normally the case for me. I like to have a pretty unexciting life. However, I did get a lot of writing done. We got a hedgehog. She's about 4, almost 5 years old now, and she's adorable. Just some great progress this week that I am very happy about.
Okay, today is May 2nd. I just hit $25,000, 25,000 words in Project EW.
Okay, so I think the last time that I updated you guys was actually on the 2nd, the 1st or the 2nd. It is currently the 21st, so it's been a good 3 weeks. And that was not my intention, but I felt like for some reason, if I wasn't being productive, I couldn't vlog. Like productive in my creative writing, I couldn't vlog. I've been productive in other ways. I have done almost all of my content writing for the month. I have 2 more to do this week and then potentially a few more after that, but man, this is bright. And then potentially a couple more after that, but as of right now, I'm pretty much all caught up on my content writing. But I haven't really been doing my creative writing because it's a very frustrating thing. I'm kind of an all or nothing sort of person. If I can't devote all of my time to this one thing, then there's no point in doing that. And so I've kind of been trying to rework the last couple of weeks into getting myself to actually get around that kind of thinking, because it's obviously not productive at all in any sort of way. Like if I'm just sitting here thinking that I can't do anything because I can't do it all at once, then it just falls apart. And it's not like I haven't gotten any writing done. I've written like 3,000 words in the last couple of weeks, which 1,000 words in 1 week is not ideal, but it's what I've been stuck at. However, my kids are now out of school, and so that I don't have to drive them to school every day. With the kids being out of school for summertime, I have a good 3 hours extra in my day because I just don't have to be driving them to school anymore. I am working on getting all of my work done first thing in the morning because I'm motivated to get it all done first thing in the morning. And if I wait until the afternoon, which was necessary because they were in school, then I would not get it done right now, because then I feel like my day is all the way over and what's the point? Which is, again, is just false mentality. But it's what I'm working with, you know? I've done it the last couple of days and it's been the greatest thing, because then throughout the rest of the day, I'm not worrying about the fact that I'm not writing and then just not writing in the end because I feel like I can't because the day's gone. Like there was this huge stress surrounding all of that. There was no stress about it at all because I'd already gotten the writing done first thing in the morning. So that's what I'm working with. I'll get up in the morning, and the days that I have to turn in an article, I'll work on the article first, and then 6 to 9 in the morning is my writing time. So I'll write an article, and then whatever time is left, I will have to write on the story. And that has been quite good for me. The 2,000 words that I've gotten in the last 3 weeks, part of the 3,000 words has been 2,000 within the last couple of days because I've sat down and done the thing. So I'm going to sit down, and I have about an hour and a half left, and I'm going to do the thing, and hopefully that'll get me another 1,000, 1,500 or so. So we will see. And I don't know why I was overthinking it. I'm literally just checking off the boxes right now and writing everything down because I have all the scenes planned out. I already kind of know them. I don't know why my brain was so resistant to the idea of just writing the story down, but it has been. Okay, I am trying to not feel the need to get like all dressed up and fancy every time I turn on the camera, because realistically at this point, the best time for me to do it is early in the morning because the kids are not at school, but they're still kind of quiet because they're all sleepy and I'm working. So this is what you're gonna get from now on, I think. Progress update.
I have done almost 5,000 words. No, I've done 5,000 words this month in the manuscript. I'm currently working on an article, but when that article is done in 500 more words, which should take me about half an hour, I'll send that in and then get to writing in the story, and I'm really excited. I have been waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. My husband takes the kids and does like morning routine stuff, gets them ready for the day, breakfast and things like that. And I work and I write, and it's been working out really, really well. And I am excited for a lot of different reasons. Mostly because I'm actually writing in this story and I'm being productive, and that feels really good. But also because at the end of the day, I don't feel stressed that I haven't written, and I'm not trying to find little pockets of time to write things in the story. And also because I have loads of ideas. Like, I know that a lot of you understand this, that there are just so many ideas in my brain that the thought of having to find time to put them down was just so overwhelmingly stressful. It kills me. They have not wanted to talk to me like all morning, and then the second I turn on the camera, like it had literally been 2 minutes, the second I turn it on, they're up here knocking. Anyway, like I have so many ideas in my head that the thought of finding the time to sit down and write them out has been so stressful that I haven't even wanted to try. Like, it's so scary to me that I may never get some of these stories written down, and that I think has been part of the mental block of not being able to write them, or write in this one specifically, because I never felt like I had the ability and the time to get all of them written. And if there's no point, if I can't get all of them written, then there's no point to me writing in anything anyway. So just the fact that right now, today, the thought of finding time to sit down to write in any of my stories to any degree is not stressful anymore. I'm not panicked, I'm not worried. And that is an overwhelmingly good feeling, and I love it. And I'm terrifically excited. So I'm gonna finish up this article. I'm technically supposed to be done in about 10 minutes with the article so that I can have about an hour of writing time. It's not gonna happen. I'm probably gonna go into that hour by about 15 minutes-ish, probably more, because I still have 500 words to write, and that usually takes me about half an hour. But then I have to edit the article and then send it in. So that's gonna be, probably by about 8:30 is when I'll actually get started on the writing. So I won't get like a full hour this morning, but it'll still be good to get something in. And I can clock about 1,000 words an hour if I actually know what I'm writing. And I do. I know a lot of what I'm writing. Okay, so I'm gonna get started and continue this momentum and just be excited and happy. Okay, so this morning has been rough. I did not get nearly as much done as I wanted to. I had an article to do. However, I ended up not doing the article. It's a good thing that they don't have strict deadlines other than the end of the month kind of thing, which is really nice, because I was able to push it back and tomorrow I'll be able to do it. But yesterday
was a great day. It was pretty fantastic. We ended up getting a hedgehog. My husband came into the room after I finished working and he goes, "So I did a thing." And now we are the proud owners of a 4-year-old hedgehog, which is closer to the end of their life, but this person was giving her away for free. So we ended up with an adorable little hedgehog named Pinecone. I'm calling her Penny, and I think a couple of the kids are calling her Hedgie. It's like, it really doesn't matter because she doesn't care, but I call her Penny. She's cute. So this morning ended up not being quite as productive because I have to take care of her in the morning. Like, they're nocturnal, so they sleep all day and they wake up and they play at night. And so I had to, right now she's still like overly sleepy because it was a big transition. But I got up this morning, same time as always, and I went down and I took care of her and played with her for a little bit, and then was just so incredibly exhausted. My little guy he wakes up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I try to get him back to sleep, and sometimes he doesn't, and then sometimes he ends up staying awake until just before my alarm clock goes off, and by then I'm like absolutely dead. So he did that this morning, and I am just dead. I'm absolutely dead right now. And I decided to go to the gas station and grab some drinks to help pep me up, which worked and it didn't. I'm still feeling pretty exhausted, and I think I might go down and drink that second Red Bull, which is not the most brilliant of plans, but if it helps get rid of this like horrible sleep fog that I'm in right now, then great. Either way, long story short, I've been working from 6 to 9 in the morning, which is sufficient enough time to get an article done and some writing. And even on the days that I'm not doing an article, I will spend those days writing because after this last article, I won't have any more to do until next month. So I'll have like a full week of just writing in the story, and I'm super excited. And that sort of puts a different sort of feeling to it. Like, writing isn't necessarily a job. Writing in my story isn't a job, and so I feel like it's not as high a priority, which means that I can kind of let it slide. But that's sort of the goal of just every morning, 6 to 9, I work and I write in my story if I don't have any articles. And so hopefully it'll keep me on track, still trying to finish the story, and I'm kind of trying to treat it like a job, because eventually that's what I want. I want the writing to be I want my creative writing to be a higher priority than the content writing eventually. I don't think I'll ever stop content writing, but eventually I would like there to be a greater emphasis on the story. And so I'm trying to treat my creative writing similar to the way that I would treat my content writing, as a job, as a profession. Long story short, I went to the gas station and got drinks, and by the time I got back, it was almost 8, and I was still not feeling it, and I still feel dead inside, but I decided that if I got 500 words in my story, then I would be satisfied, and I got 500 words in my story, so I am satisfied. Last night, I wrote 3,000 words, and I'm terrifically excited about that, because, well, I haven't written over like 1,000 words in one session in years, it feels like, at least since, January 2022, when I stopped writing altogether. That sucked. Anyway, so I wrote 3,000 words last night, and it was great. I started somewhere around 29,500 and I ended somewhere around 32,500, and I almost decided to go for a 5K night. I still had about 2 hours before, like, I was really, really overly tired, but I decided to do the smart thing and went to bed at a reasonable time because I had to wake up at 6 and get work done. Spoiler alert, I didn't actually get work done. I ended up, my baby woke up and just refused to go back to sleep for a while, and then my alarm was finally, like, right around when it was supposed to be going off. I finally felt tired again and just decided to fall back asleep, and that did not do anything for me, which sucks. But
I still have an article to write. I think I'm gonna put that off until tomorrow. Technically, my time for writing is over, so I'm not actually gonna get anything done, which, again, that sucks, but I made my choice. I should have just gone for it and done the 5K last night, but I'm pretty happy with my 3,000 that I made. I've been having this really hard time with deciding what to write. Like, I know there's so much in the story that I know the scenes, and like looking at a broad scope, it just felt so overwhelming that I couldn't, that I didn't want to. And so I did this whole little point and shoot method. I wrote absolutely nothing chronologically. I picked a scene out of the lineup and wrote it, and it was great. It was fun. I am officially done, I think, with all of the stuff from Google Docs. I was writing in Google Docs before and transferring everything over into a new document. And some of it were actual scenes, some of it was just kind of plotted scenes, but nothing, you know, not drafted or anything. And so I have been steadily taking those undrafted scenes and drafting them in the new document, and that has proven to be quite effective, especially last night when I decided to just pick one and go with it. That got me pretty far, and I wrote some scenes that I feel like I've been kind of intimidated to write almost, and so I've gotten those out of the way, and now I'm going to be moving into my note cards. I start all of my plotting generally in note cards because it just kind of helps me get my thoughts and ideas down. And I think I'm probably going to have to change things up a little bit because it's really not a great system at the moment. And I might go back to it for like replotting when I'm finished drafting the first draft. I might go back to it and actually write down the scenes, because right now there's absolutely no structure, no order. I might have to go soon. There's no structure or order or anything to the document that I have right now. Like, I kind of tried to get it in the general area that I knew that it needed to be in, but for the most part, it's just kind of all over the place. So I might use note cards, or I might use another document to basically type up the scenes and their just a quick, this is what happens in the order that it needs to be. That way I can take the scenes and rework them, kind of play a jigsaw puzzle sort of thing with the scenes that I actually have drafted, and then figure out what I'm missing from there. But that's a little ways off. I hear a baby coming up, so I'm gonna call it quits here.
Okay, I'm gonna cut things off here. It is Friday. I think this has been a full week vlog, which is great. I don't think I've really done this in a while. I did have one shot a couple of weeks ago, except that things kind of changed. I sort of neglected that video and ended up just forgetting about it overall, and then it almost became obsolete. Like, where I'm at right now is not where I was, you know, 4 weeks ago, when I think longer, when I first shot the video, which is great. It's fantastic because I'm actually making legitimate progress on the story, and it feels awesome. However, today, I woke up late because the baby was not doing great last night, and I forgot to set my alarm apparently, so I woke up at 7:30 instead of 6 o'clock, and it is 8:21, and I'm finally sitting down to get work done. I have 2 articles to do today. Well, I could do one next week, except that I would like to get them both done today if I possibly can. So that's what I'll be working on. There probably won't be any more writing done between now and tomorrow, which is Saturday. Actually, I'm not entirely sure when I started this vlog. My brain says the 22nd or the 21st, but really that feels a little too short almost. But I know that this is like a 30 minutes of editing at least. I have within this vlog written about 5,000 words, I believe, and that feels fantastic. It's something that I haven't done within one vlog in forever. So I'm gonna leave it on that happy note, and those 3,000 words that I got the other night are pretty much the highlight of my week anyways. So I don't think that I'm going to top that just yet. I'm going to try for a 5,000 word day coming up soon because like I feel like it's one of the next steps up, but I do want to be a little bit more consistent in my writing. I'm probably not going to get any done this morning because I have to focus on this, and then later my family's going to visit a friend, so I won't have any time to write in the story between now and tomorrow when I have to upload this vlog. On that note, I'm gonna cut this off and I'm gonna get to writing. If you enjoy this sort of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Until then, keep writing forward.